Hello and welcome everyone to the sixth Beyond the Boardroom Instagram live series, also known as BTB. Now, let me give you a quick glimpse about CXO Junction. CXO Junction is a tech media house known for its wide range of offerings and strong influence in the industry. We host our own prestigious awards known as Aspiring CXOs Awards, which is now coming to Bangalore on 10th of May, so stay tuned, along with blogs and other social media channels, which is not just limited to India, but now expanding to Middle East and other regions of APAC. Now, Beyond the Boardroom is a series that's all about exploring the stories and struggles behind the leaders and who they are. Now, why it is important? Because leadership is not just limited to desk or to your work. It is much more than that. It is about growth. It is about learning. And now, to give you a sneak peek into her life, we have Dr. Meetali Sharma. With over 2 decades of expertise, she is a seasoned risk, compliance, and information security leader with a doctorate in management studies, an industry recognized speaker and thought leader. She is currently the Director of Risk, Compliance, and Information Security at SDG Corporation. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how
Welcome
are
to
you?
Beyond the Boardroom. I'm so glad to have you here.
Same here. Very
So,
happy to be part of this.
yeah, so I already know about your hobbies and interests. Would you like to tell it to our audience also?
Sure, sure. So I am, besides working as the risk compliance leader, which you already mentioned, I love to dance. I love to, read wonderful books, and I love, going out with friends, family, and then, at times, watching good movies and maybe, playing games.
Great, great. So, without any further ado, let's start our Beyond the Boardroom. So, my first question to you is, so can you tell us about one mentor who changed your perspective on leadership?
So, I would say not really one mentor, but there have been many mentors in my life who have contributed to what I am today, and they have made me believe. Specifically, they have made me believe in myself and believe in my abilities. So I would not like to take a particular name, but I would say there have been many people throughout the journey, starting from my schooling. Like there were teachers who helped to believe that you can probably achieve certain things. Then there have been managers, leaders, friends, and a lot of industry friends who have acted as mentors from time to time and helped in inspiring and making me believe that this is how you should really go out and go out and do it for yourself.
Great, great, ma'am. That's great to hear. So, now coming to my next question, you just mentioned that you love dancing.
Yeah.
So, how has dancing influenced your life?
So, since my childhood, I have always loved dancing, and it's not that I have learned dancing, although I wanted to, but I was never able to learn dancing. But yes, whenever I am sad, whenever I am happy, I think that's a way to express my feelings. Like some people like journaling, some people like to talk or to go out and do some shopping or eat. So I would say dance for me is a stress buster, and I love to look at new songs and and copy the steps on my own.
Any particular dance form, if you want to mention, that you love doing?
Indian, Western, all of them, I love them.
Okay, okay. So, you also mentioned that you love reading.
Yeah.
So, what's one book you have read that made a lasting impact and you want to recommend it to the young generation?
So see, there are many management books and there are many leadership related books that are there. But I think one book which truly inspires me and which has really helped me shape out my career and look at my aspirations, look at where I wanted to be, is a book by Jack Canfield, and it is called "From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be." how to get from where you are to where you want to be. That's one book which I would recommend to everyone. Then there are many other books like One Minute Manager, or leadership related books on motivation. So, but this is one book which I would say definitely, because it helps you look at your overall career plan. It looks at how you want to achieve certain areas, how you want to break down into various goals, and then how do you want to set certain timelines and certain objectives to where you want really to be in your life.
Okay, okay. So, just if you could give us a small brief or a summary about what is there in that book and how it will help.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, it starts with, what are your aspirations? You list down what is your vision, what you really want to achieve in your life. Then, in terms of your career goals, not just the career goals, but life goals. What are your life goals? And where do you envision yourself, let's say in 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year? What are the various steps? What are the various, catalysts that will help you achieve that particular goal? And then you break it down into various steps on what steps you would take to reach to that goal. Then it talks about certain values that you should possess while doing, or while going on that path of leadership, on that path of on your journey. Like, for example, having perseverance, having patience, having constant look out for challenges, having a timeline for your work, and having a discipline to do it. So those are some of the things that are there in that book.
Great, great. So, I will definitely give it a read for sure. Okay, so you said that there are a lot of mentors in your life who have inspired you, but one person from your personal life who has been your inspiration in the journey.
So, if I say from my personal life, I would always say it has been my mother. She has been a source of inspiration, right from, I mean, from the time that I remember, from my childhood. She has been one person who has always, inspired me to study more.
Hmm.
I mean, apart from doing the household activities, she started doing a job at the age when I was probably in class 5th or class 6th. She started doing that job. She did her studies, higher studies, even while doing that job, then managing the day to day course of the house. So she used to do all of that. And then she always used to tell me that it is always good to get married. She never said don't get married, but she said that as a lady, as a girl, you should follow your dreams, and you should follow your aspirations. It's not that the Indian way of thinking that if it's a girl, if it's a woman, she has to get married and tomorrow she should learn all the household things. But she said that if you want to study, go ahead, study, and when you feel it's the right time to get married, then you get it done. So I think she is one person who has always inspired me and motivated me to keep my dreams in front of me and to keep on chasing it. So I think she is one person whom I would always say has mentored me and always been my inspiration and will always be my inspiration.
Okay, okay. I think mothers are one of the greatest inspiration person you can have in your life. So you said that she told you to study and more. Just a fun question here. Were you a studious person or a student or no?
Yeah, I was a studious person,
Okay,
to be very honest.
okay.
But I was not in that top two or three students who used to be only studying,
Hmm.
studying, studying.
Hmm.
I would call myself, and I mean, if you go ahead and talk to my teachers also, I am connected with them till date. Um, I think I have always been an all-rounder. It's not
Okay.
that you stick to studies. So I was always heading all the events committee in my school, in my college. I was the head girl of the college. I was the teacher's favorite, not just because of studies, but because I was participating in all of that. In studies, I would say I was in the top 5 ranks, but I was not always the topper. In some
Okay.
subjects, yes, I was.
Hmm.
So I was a studious student, but I was not that kind of student whom you imagine, with those glasses
Right.
and who keep on
Yeah.
studying, and they do not do anything. I was a tomboy. I used to freak
Oh.
out. I used to do all of those things. But yes, when it came to being serious on studies, I was very serious on my studies.
Hmm.
But yes, I enjoyed everything else also.
Okay, okay. So you play sports also. You must play sports.
A little bit.
Okay.
Sports was not my cup of tea. I was a little bit less into sports. I was more into other co-curricular activities, like, organizing fete, organizing events, or writing plays, uh, coordinating, or, choreographing events. I used to do all of those kinds of things.
So which is like, if you can remember any one event which hold a special place in your heart during
Oh,
your college.
I remember many events, but one of the events which was very special was, I remember it's called the International Quality Control Circle. So CMS, the school that I was in, it always organized a event which was an international event. So every school in India, some of the schools from India and some of the schools from outside India, international schools used to participate in it, and it was called ICSQCC. That's how it was called. And in that, we participated, and I was responsible for the overall skit that was presented from our branch.
Okay.
And I was the one who wrote the script, I directed the script, everything. And we won the second prize internationally. And I was the one who was giving my voice also. I mean, the voiceover also I did from the back of the stage, like introduction, and then
Hmm.
how the
Yeah.
how the skit happens, right? In a skit, sometimes they are just performing and you have to give the voice from
Hmm.
behind. So I
Hmm.
think that won the second prize all over, I mean, internationally. So at that age, when I think I was in class 11th, if I remember, at that age, getting an international recognition was something which was very, very, very special.
Okay, okay. So, do you still write? You just told that you love writing. You did. So, is that hobby still continued?
So the hobby still continues, but in a different way. Earlier, I used to write some
Hmm.
stories and all. I remember till my college, I was writing stories. Since the time I started my career and job, I started turned out.
Okay, great to hear that. Okay, so my next question is, what's the best piece of advice you have received from someone, obviously apart from your mother?
There were two, three advices that I
Hmm.
received and which I still remember and I incorporate in my day-to-day life.
Okay.
The first one that I received, and so there was a time when I used to feel that, whether the career is right or not, whether the job is right or not. Everybody comes to that
Yeah.
stage. And what should I do, to get more women in this industry? Because that was one of the reason why I started going out into the events, because
Hmm.
I went into one event and I saw that, only men were there on stage. So I was
Oh.
like, why females are not there as the panelists
Hmm.
or as a speaker? And that's
Hmm.
how I started doing it. So I was a little, you would say underconfident on whether I'll be able to make it, not able to make it.
Hmm.
And sometimes in your career, you start thinking whether you switch job or you should not switch job. So those kinds of things were there. And one of my mentors, he just told me one line. He said, whatever you do, make yourself bigger than the organization that you work in. So what it
Hmm.
means is that, your organization is giving you everything, right?
Yeah.
But what are you as a person, right?
Hmm.
As a person, you should build yourself. You should have that, that thing in the industry that people know you by your name, not just by your
Hmm.
company or the
Hmm.
company that you work in. Whether you are in X company, Y or Z, people should know who you are and what you are. So that's one thing which I still continue, and take it with me. And the second thing is that, believe in yourself. That's very important,
Hmm.
that you should have a belief in yourself that you can really do it. And you should always believe that, yes, I can do it. And there is a very thin line between, arrogance and self confidence. So always keep that self confidence going and not turn it into arrogance.
Hmm.
And the third very important thing that I always believe in is that always, stay hungry, stay foolish, and stay humble. That's what I always believe, that, you should always stay hungry to learn and unlearn every day. Keep on thinking that you are foolish, not that, somebody is junior to you or somebody
Hmm.
who has started their career and you feel that, uh, how can that person teach me? So even, even my 11-year daughter can teach me every day something new. So that's how I really feel. And in doing all of this, whether you achieve whatever you achieve, you should always stay humble and keep your head on your shoulders, rather than thinking that, I am this, I am that. So it's better to, keep your head on your shoulders. So these are a few things that I have really embedded in my life, and I try my best to do whatever I can without harming anybody else.
Okay, so as you said, your daughter teaches you something or the other. Same, my sister, she's 9 years younger to me. She also teaches me something or the other. So I think as important as it is to learn something, unlearning is also a technique which everyone should follow. So coming to this generation, like our younger generation, they are very stagnant. Whatever they do, they're like, "Okay, now this is done. We don't want to think about it, and we don't
Right.
want to unlearn." But one thing which you want to tell to a generation younger, that the importance of unlearning.
So uh, you know every time you should never feel that I know everything.
Hmm.
That's one
Yeah.
thing which you should always take out of your mind. There is, every time there is, I mean, wherever you go, there is something new to learn. You may have learned so many things, and look at the technologies, the way they are changing. Look at the standards, the way they are changing.
Hmm.
Look at everything. Look at fashion. Look at music. Everything is changing every day. So it is very important, just as we start a day and we end the day. So at the end of the day, we think, okay, what we have done, what we have not done. It is also very important to see that, let's say if you are not succeeding in certain things
Hmm.
and you are probably doing it, like for example, I am preparing a PPT and I am making it, but after 2 days I'm not able to make it.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm doing something wrong. It is not bad to go back to maybe your juniors or to other colleagues and tell them that, this is what I'm not able to do, and
Hmm.
learn from them what is the best way to do it if somebody else is doing it in a better way. So I think unlearning is very important as much as learning is. So the way, and I always say that, kids are a very good example for it.
Yeah.
When they and even if we imagine the time when we were in school, let's say we were in class
Hmm.
third, when we used to give our annual
Hmm.
exams and move to class fourth, we used to forget everything that we learned in class three and then start fresh from class fourth.
Correct.
And at times, when we used to see the maths book and there was the same syllabus, like maybe an example would be decimals or numbers or integers, we would look at it and we'll be like, oh, I have read this somewhere, but I don't remember it. And when the
Remember.
teacher teaches, we will study it with the full enthusiasm. So I would
Hmm.
say, that is what we should practice in our daily life also. Learn some things, but then don't think that that is the best that you have learned. There
Hmm.
are other things also and keep on changing. So it is important that you have a student mindset and keep on unlearning and learning every day as you grow.
Great, ma'am. I should take notes of every point you're saying because it's so useful. Okay, so as you said, you have a family. So coming to my next question, that how do you unwind after a busy day? What is your mantra? So coming from office, then you have to handle your family, kids. So yeah, how do you do it?
So I've heard people say, and some people do it very well also, that they would, say that we keep our personal and professional life separate.
Hmm.
Honestly, that is not possible in today's world. When you have your mobiles where,
Yeah.
you have Teams, you have WhatsApp, you have mails,
Hmm.
everything is configured. And when people are working remotely and the expectation is that you are available,
Hmm.
24 cross 7, and even, we feel that, oh, you were at home, you could have replied. That's how we feel, right?
Hmm.
So I think what is very important is, every day I try my best to get a me time for myself. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours, whatever it is. But I try my best to get a me time for
Hmm.
myself. And when I mean me time, it doesn't mean the time that I used to in the morning for morning walk or for yoga or for meditation or for my exercises. No, that is not that time. This is a time when I do what I like. So, if it is a very stressful day, I might, hook my earphones and listen to
Hmm.
music for 30 minutes.
Hmm.
Or, if I am feeling a little bit lazy and, I didn't have too much to do in the day, and I want to feel a little intellectual, so I will try to read a book for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
Hmm.
till the time I don't feel asleep. I'll read that book.
Hmm.
Uh, if it's like a very stressful day, I'll probably turn the music on and dance for some time, close the room and dance for some time. And sometimes it is like, you get so tired that the only thing that you want to do is just get onto the bed and sleep. So there are different ways how you unwind. And one of the special ways that I do to unwind is probably, sitting with my daughter and trying to listen to her what happened in her day. And when you sit and when you start hearing those stories, you go back to your
Hmm.
childhood memories, the school days and all, and it's a very good stress buster.
Okay, so you mentioned that your me time doesn't uh, include exercises and everything. So, do you prefer doing exercises or do you
Yes.
love doing? Yeah.
Yeah. So, love, not love is not a thing these days, because these days, you have to do it
Yeah.
because, you are remotely working. And then,
Hmm.
the kind of lifestyle that we have where, we don't do so much of household work, which probably our mothers or ancestors used to do the
Hmm.
whole of the household work. We'll have different people doing different things for us, and there is only little bit left for us to do. So I think, yes, you need to have that discipline of
Hmm.
either maybe some kind of thing which really make you feel good about the day. It could be exercising, it could be gardening, it could be a walk, it could be meditation, it could be a mix of all. It could be different things. So whatever you like, you should definitely do that and incorporate in your daily routine.
Okay, now this is linked with my next question and last question
Yeah.
before we move to our fun rapid fire. So, how do you balance your hobbies with your professional journey going on?
Oh, so so it's a slightly funny question, but sometimes what happens is that I am on a client call and probably I'm trying to understand their environment, and they would pick up some new standard or something that this is something that we want to do, or we want to do
Hmm.
in our in our 1 year time span. For example, they may say there is a new standard of ISO 27001 that they want to implement.
Hmm.
That kind of gives me a trigger that, okay, you know what, this is something on which I can write. And then I start exploring that thing. And
Hmm.
with my job, I'll start exploring, like I like writing, so I'll start
Hmm.
reading about it and start writing and documenting notes on it, that okay, what is there in this new standard.
Hmm.
So that's one way of how I turn that into a hobby. Also, sometimes you're having calls and you get so bored that the call is going on and on and on,
Hmm.
and you're not on a video call, so you can always just do a little bit of moves.
Yeah, yeah. Great, ma'am. Great to hear such insights from you. So now moving to our rapid
Yeah.
fire, we have 6 questions and it will be a very quick rapid fire. So my first question to you
Do I
is,
get a hamper for this rapid fire, just as we get in
yes,
Coffee
yes,
with
you will
Karan?
definitely, yes. Okay, dancing solo or in a group, what do you prefer?
Solo,
Okay,
solo,
fiction or non-fiction books?
fiction,
Okay, you are a tea lover or a coffee lover?
tea, tea toddler.
Okay, last book you read?
It would be the last one was How to Get Things Done
Okay,
by, I think it is by David.
okay, okay. One skill you'd love to learn?
I love to learn cooking, although I don't like it. But I mean, I can cook as much as it is to feed somebody. But then, if you want to, eat some exotic dishes or something, I think my husband and my daughter, they cook very well. So definitely, I don't need to learn it, mandatorily. But
Yeah.
optional, yes, I sometimes feel I should also give them a little competition.
Yeah, so I think you get good meals on every weekend then.
Absolutely, absolutely. Exotic meals.
Okay, what is the one favorite dish from this exotic meal?
Well, I mean, there are many dishes. So you can have pizzas, you can have paneer dishes, you can
Hmm.
have, cakes.
Okay, okay, okay. My last, oh, I just got a bit distracted during this rapid fire. So last question is one celebrity you would like to have a dance do.
So you want to know about a male celebrity or you want to know about a
We
female
want
celebrity?
to know both.
So male would be Hollywood or Bollywood?
Oh, okay, Bollywood.
Okay, so if it is Bollywood, see, that person doesn't dance too well, but he's my favorite actor, so I would love to dance with Akshay Kumar.
Oh,
That's one actor.
okay.
In Hollywood, I would like to dance with Tom Cruise. I don't know how they dance, but these are the two actors that definitely I want to dance with. As a dancer, I think Hrithik Roshan would be
Hmm.
one actor. But being my favorite actor, it will be Akshay Kumar.
I think you'll
And
see to Akshay Kumar then.
yes, and in actress, it could be Madhuri Dixit
Hmm.
or Priyanka Chopra.
Okay, okay. Great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such insights and being part of our Beyond the Boardroom. It was
Thank you
lovely
so much.
having conversation with you. And I
Same
look
here.
forward to meeting you physically and having more questions and answers round.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime.
Yes,
I
I'll
would
call
love to do that.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thanks for
ma'am.
having me here. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, everyone, for
you.
joining in.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.